folks, the biggest day in the history of Nintendo is today. The Switch 2 Direct has just ended, and I am here to give you my thoughts, my recap, what you missed, and my final score of the Direct out of 10. They begin with Mario Kart 9, or so we thought it was called Mario Kart 9. I expected them to begin with Mario Kart 9. You don't want to start slow with some presentation. They dive right into things. And they very clearly show off we have double the amount of racers, 24 now. But there's some very weird gimmicks too. You can drive on water. You can fly. I mean, we've always had gliders, but it seems more like they're actually flying there. And on top of that, you can grind rails, I assume maybe for a speed boost. Ride on walls. You have the freaking Moo Moo Meadows cow. You have Toad getting larger. You have the Hammer Bro throwing hammers, Toadette hitting the coin block, Luigi Bullet Bill. Birdo goes in a truck that just starts running over everyone. And hold on a minute, I'm going way too fast. So with this Birdo, I don't know what this is. You go in a truck and you can run people over, it looks like. Now Mario has a burger. We don't know where he gets this from, but he just eats it. His face turns to colors, and then he turns into a different version of himself. So I imagine that's how you're going to be able to change costumes in this game, by eating burgers. And I say only burgers because in the promo art here for Mario Kart World, it's called, Donkey Kong is holding up a burger. And the rest of the trailer is just visually stunning. It truly is a Mario Kart worthy of waiting 11 years now? And it doesn't just look all snazzy too, there's updates to certain modes. With Grand Prix, of course, you have 4 races to complete. Well, there's no in-between loading screen. You drive to the next course once you're done with one of the 4 courses. Greatest feature of all time. Then Knockout Tour. Not that Fall Guys invented this, but it kind of reminded me of Fall Guys, where everybody in 8th place and above get to move on, and everyone who's not get cut off, like Mario here. And then the free roam mode. Listen, I'm a big old casual gamer. I like my chill time, not always trying to be competitive. So this is the mode for me. You can drive wherever you want, and my favorite part, you can drive with friends. You can just drive around, bump into each other. Nintendo loves taking photos in games, and it truly seems like the best Mario Kart of all time. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's $70. We do have an April 17th, 2025 Nintendo Direct to go along with the Mario Kart news, so I will be live streaming that if you want to subscribe. I'm so sorry. Hello, I am editing this video. I just found out the physical copy of Mario Kart World will be $80. Why? And then that mysterious little C button. What is that? We find out here with the new animation, by the way. Can we look at that? What y'all know about this animation? Now, what I find weird is it's the exact same sound effect. I don't love that. But then we see what the C button on Nintendo Switch 2 is. And to spoil it right now, if you haven't seen it, it is a chat mode for Nintendo Switch 2. It's a big old voice chat, and the layout looks just like Discord. I honestly thought it was Discord on the Switch, not their own chat mode. But no, Nintendo did make their own chat mode, and that is all done with the C button. Not sure why you need a whole button for that, but I won't question them. And what's also cool is the Switch 2 has a microphone built in, so no need to go out and buy some headphones with a fancy mic. They have one built in for you for voice chat. However, there's a huge concern that I have. So as you can see here, they are showing how you can use that microphone from, this looks maybe 5 feet away, but let's say maybe you can use it 10 feet away as well. That is going to sound terrible. You thought $5 microphones from Five Below sound bad? I worry about this. They even show how somebody can use a blender while you're playing and it won't sound bad. I'm gonna have to see that for myself. Now in handheld mode, I have a lot more faith in that built-in microphone, but from like 5-10 feet away, I'm worried. And just like Discord, you can also share your screen with your friends. Just beware, if you do look at the bottom streams there, they're very laggy and slow, which they should be, you know? Everyone can play different games and you can all call, it's fun, right? Now, one thing that I saw that is really interesting is this camera icon. Now, on my live stream, I was like, what is that? They have to have a built-in camera. Little did I know they're bringing out a Nintendo Switch 2 official camera. It can put you on your gameplay, you can can see everyone's faces. And you know what? Some people might and are calling it cringy, but man, it's like Wii U chat all over again. I'm in favor of any more community building on the Switch. You can even see everyone's faces in Mario Party, where you need to see it. If you steal someone's coins in Mario Party, you want to see the sadness on their face. I like it. Makes me sound sick. But yes, C button is very social. I mean, the camera here can't be less than $50. And it plugs into the top USB-C port, so that's handy. They're gonna let you use game chat for just under a year if you do not have Switch Online. And then yeah, you're gonna need parental controls on there. You don't want little Jimmy talking to whoever he meets. And then Nintendo drops a bomb. You can pretty much do, if you know what download play is on the DS and 3DS, instead of taking Joy-Cons off and giving one to a friend, if you and a buddy have a Switch 2 and they don't own the game that you're playing, you can share it to their Switch and you can both play the same game. Download play is back, my friends. One thing that I love here is how it says, yellow Nintendo Switch Lite system only available at Nintendo stores. I'm sure that's what everyone's worried about. Or just don't show the yellow one, show the blue one. And GameShare will of course support some Switch 2 games. I imagine not very many. And then you have the classic overview trailer, tells you all that you need to know. It has a bigger screen by 1.7 inches, if I could do my math right, high definition display, and smooth gameplay up to 120 frames per second. I was not expecting. I thought maybe 4K, 120? And for those who don't know, it just means smoother gameplay. It is an LCD screen that we have here, but it's more vivid, and it's got that HDR. Things look better. This may be a little bit exaggerated, but it is HDR. These Joy-Con, which are called the Joy-Con 2s, of course attach magnetically, but they try and reinforce here how they won't come off. Bigger SL and SR buttons. And finally, they confirm the mouse feature. And not just one Joy-Con uses the mouse feature, both do. And stay tuned, I'm gonna talk about that mouse feature. They use it a lot. Better speakers, built-in microphone, 3D audio in your headphones. It can tell you everything that is happening all around you. They show off the new kickstand, and then they show how you can also charge your Switch in tabletop mode with the top USB-C port. That's beautiful, isn't it? It also has faster and larger storage, ×8 of the original Switch. Just beware, it's not as crazy as it sounds. Mario Kart World will probably take up all of that 256. No, I'm kidding. It'll probably take a good 30 gigabytes. If I had to guess, I don't know. Loading times are faster. We all wanted that. So I hope that means Animal Crossing New Horizons players like me are safe. And would you get this? A brand new dock with 4K support, what we all wanted. The dock has a fan. It's gonna keep things cool, no more fan problems. The Switch 2 is gonna be nice and chilly. And then Nintendo announced, I wouldn't call it a tech demo necessarily, but it's, hey, learn about the Switch 2 and how it works. You're a little person on top of these Joy-Cons, and then you can go to these panels over here and learn about how the Switch 2 works. Same thing with the mouse, they show you how to use it, and then you can play mini games to kind of get a feel. So here's a golf one, shake the maracas. Now kind of weird, I thought this would be free like how PlayStation does it. Nope, you have to pay. It is a digital only welcome tour. And then here's the game card for the Switch 2. It is all red. We love it. It's the exact same shape and I assume size of the Switch 1 games. I guess we can put Switch 2 games in Switch 1 and see what happens. It's interesting. They didn't add that little nub that the 3DS games had, which the DS games didn't. It's the exact same thing. Also, bad news, guys. Your current micro SD cards won't work. You need micro SD Express cards, which will just make your Switch 2 go a lot faster. I like it. Oh, and look at the Pro Controller. You have the C button on there. Part of it on the top is white. You have back buttons that you can program, and a headphone jack. Otherwise, it's pretty much the exact same thing. Even the texture of those sticks look the exact same as the current one, which I'm not complaining. The current one is great, but it's really almost the exact same thing. And then in the middle of the whole thing, not in the beginning, not in the end, they dropped the release date for the Switch 2, June 5th, 2025, and also the same day as Mario Kart World comes out. That is a Thursday, so that is Nintendo's usual weekday to release games. Interestingly though, there was no price shown in the entire direct and also not right there. Uh-oh, guys, breaking news. Nintendo Switch 2 will launch at $450. Wow. April 9th pre-orders. There you go. Breaking news as of recording this video. And something exciting. Nintendo leaked this last week, actually, but there are Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. Basically, what it is some Switch 1 games run better on Switch 2, but not just that. You can see here, Mario Party Jamboree also has a new Jamboree TV mode. And a lot of the games use the new features like the microphone, the mouse, let alone the great camera. Your face can be shown. It's like Mario Party DLC. And yes, whether you wanted to hear this or not, you will have to pay for the upgrade. We don't know how much, but it looks worth it. There's new minigames and tons of new features. Not to mention, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom get Switch 2 editions, and they look so smooth and honestly how they should have looked all along. HDR, 4K, smooth frame rates. This is how Zelda should look. I always said Nintendo games on their own platform should look pristine. They seem to be doing that. You can also enjoy Kirby in the Forgotten Land as a Switch 2 game. It has the star-crossed world, along with the highly anticipated Metroid Prime 4. No new content, it seems like, because we haven't even played the first content yet, but you can use the mouse feature in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Not to mention, it runs at 4K 60 frames per second or 1080p 120 frames per second. And what I was most thankful for was the performance boost to Pokemon Legends ZA. My god, the performance experience on Switch 1 would not have been pleasant. I was a bit bummed as an Animal Crossing stan and a fan. There was no Animal Crossing Switch 2 edition, but hey, that could come in the future. And then they showed a brand new mouse-focused Nintendo Switch 2 game. I didn't know what I was gonna watch here, and then I saw this, and I was like, this is their Switch 2 version of ARMS. It's not similar to ARMS. We're shooting basketball. Well, you do dunk in ARMS, I think, so that's kind of similar. But yes, Drag and Drive is a new Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive game. Kind of gives me Rocket League vibes, where you use the mice to move your character, you get the basketball, pass it, and you go and shoot. It's 3-on-3 hoops. You all wanted Mario 3-on-3 hoops to return? This is the next best thing. Shoot a 3, goes in. Total swish. What's also cool is during the 3-on-3, you can see other players all out here. Jack and Lewis are just chilling. You can slam dunk. Honestly, I'm not sure what they should charge for this money-wise, but I'll pay it. I can see myself playing this a lot. Comes out this summer, I would imagine not too long after the Switch 2 releases. Maybe July or August, somewhere in there. My biggest worry with the whole mouse feature is, man, I play Nintendo Switch on a couch. Where am I supposed to use the mouse? I have no idea. I'll figure it out. Someone's gonna make some weird accessory, and I'm here for it. And then Nintendo showed off a bunch of third-party games. Won't go over every single one, but the one you all wanted, Elden Ring, is coming to Switch 2 sometime in the next 8 months. None of the third-party stuff really excited me, but this right here, a brand new Zelda title, you have me hooked. You see a lengthy trailer, and at this point right here, this shot, I was convinced it was a 3D Zelda-focused game. Because, you know, it looks like a third-person sort of thing. Nope, that's just the camera angle of this cutscene here. Because you are getting more of the story leading into Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and that means a brand new Hyrule Warriors game, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Looks beautiful. I can't wait for all the cutscenes. We get more information about the Tears of the Kingdom story. Just please don't be $70. And just when you thought things couldn't get any better, we got Nintendo GameCube on Switch Online. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a big denier of this happening. I was like, man, they already remastered Metroid, Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, Mario Sunshine. Makes no sense. But it does make a lot of sense, because although they could just remaster Wind Waker and make a bunch of money, all of these games like Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, these are games that you wouldn't necessarily remaster and can sell for $60. So putting those on there makes sense. You also had Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX, and I'm most excited for Chibi Robo, dude. That game is so much money right now. Launch day, same day as Nintendo Switch 2, and there will also be a Nintendo Switch Online GameCube controller, which I need badly. You have a bunch more third-party games, including Deltarune. You have this new Switch 2 exclusive that looks to be a mature game called The Duskbloods. Comes out next year, looking forward to hearing more. And then we get another gameplay trailer of a game made by Nintendo, and when I saw this star, I knew that it was a Kirby-looking star, but I assumed it was Mario or some Luma or something. I thought this would be a 3D Mario game. But then you see Kirby, and then my thought wasn't even a Kirby game. It was, oh my gosh, Smash Bros. Because I love Kirby to death, but I did not know if a Kirby game was worthy of being in this direct. And then I saw this, and I thought, no way. And what it actually is Kirby Air Ride. And it's being made by the man, the myth, the legend, Masahiro Sakurai. This is his brand new project. Comes out this year, that's a day one buy. And then the final trailer of the entire Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. When I saw this, I was so convinced it was Mario. It looks like a fun Nintendo world, and in hindsight, I can see, it looks more like a spoiler. Donkey Kong game. I can see that now, but first watch, I thought it was definitely Mario. You see all these monkeys, it's a funky town. Then you get here, and the boy is back. Look at him. In all his glory, with his brand new face, which you'll see, there it is, his brand new Mario Kart style face. Not Mario Kart style, but we saw it in Mario Kart. He's a new man in the face. And it's a new 3D Donkey Kong game, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying it's like Astrobot, but it gives me Astrobot vibes. And I would be lying if I said I was not shocked by them ending the entire thing with a Donkey Kong game. I thought 3D Mario is 100% your system seller, but no, you got Donkey Kong as well. And although all this looks great, you also have the classic 2D Donkey Kong as well. It's not just 3D. And so we have yet to hear more, but this is Donkey Kong Bonanza, spelled Bonanza, and it comes out July 17th, 2025, not far away. Here's that official box, so they have either this version or a Mario Kart World bundle. Now, it does have the full game download. It's not gonna be a physical bundle, so you know me, if they have it physically, I'm not buying this bundle. And that is the entire Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So, my thoughts. I love this. It is officially the new era of Nintendo, and honestly, I couldn't ask for much more. But I could ask for more. As much as we got, new Donkey Kong, new Kirby Air Ride, new Hyrule Warriors, new Mario Kart 9 footage. Something in my heart feels a little bit empty, like we were maybe missing something, and I think that thing would have been 3D Mario. But I'm not upset about that, I just feel it. So all in all, we got a lot of what we wanted and what we expected. I would give this Direct a solid, it has to be a 9 out of 10. And I am not trying to suck up to Nintendo, but what more did you want other than 3D Mario? I personally did want something Animal Crossing as well, not to be a stickler. That's just how I am. So I would say no 3D Mario and no Animal Crossing. Take off 1 point for me. 9 out of 10 Direct. But that is not all. Nintendo will also be live streaming gameplay of these games, and I will be live for it tomorrow. In the meantime, here's a cool video to watch. Here's my main channel. Go ahead and subscribe. And here's my Nintendo podcast channel, where me and another Nintendo YouTuber talk Nintendo news every single Saturday. Zach Scott Games this weekend on that show. I'll see you all then. Adios.